Welcome back to 11 Alive Weekend in Depth. I'm Dennis O'Hare, and if, like me, you're just coming out of winter hibernation, this warm summer weather is a big temptation to charge out and get active all the time, all at once. Bad idea, at least the all at once part. Active is good, though, and with us to help you make sure that you are safe when you get through all of the winter slumber and head out to work is our fitness expert, Robert Douthard. And good to have you, by the way.
Thank you very much.
A lot of folks know you from the Wake Up workout, so it's nice to have you here.
Yeah, it's good to see people after 5 o'clock in the morning. That's good.
Yeah, we're somewhat awake at that point. Let's start with what a lot of people think about when they go out and do any kind of exercise at all. Used to be just have some water. Now that's become a big industry. But are there good and bad drinks to help you keep hydrated when you're out there in the heat?
Absolutely. First of all, when you're doing the activity, you want to hydrate, so you want to use water during the activity. But most of the time, post-activity, like if I run a road race or do a long bike ride, I want to make sure I have my electrolytes, so I will reach for my Smart Water and my juices and my sport beverages with electrolytes in them. So
and
you
that's
want
real
that recovery.
Good after.
Yes, I like that as a recovery.
Okay.
Some people like it during their event, gives them a little boost, and that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay, but my hunch is by the time all the good stuff gets to you, the event's over.
That's true. That's true. And you definitely want to hydrate
water
in
is
advance.
just as good during as, say, the sports drinks would be?
Yes, and you'll find some athletes will just swear by their particular brand, and I think that's okay
because to do that.
That's right. And they're planning ahead, so they're hydrating ahead.
Okay. Is there a good or a bad time to be working out? I mean, some folks have scheduled events. You know, you might have to play tennis in the heat of the day because that's when your league is playing. But if you can pick your spots, when do you go?
I think if you're a high-risk person, you've had issues with the heat, or you're older, or you're maybe not as fit as you used to be, maybe early morning, late afternoon, early evening would be the best times. I actually have my break as a professional trainer during the middle of the day. So I'm out there running in high noon when after the smog has had a chance to get up to the alert level, and that may not be the best time to run, and also the heat of the day, especially in Georgia with the high humidity, and most people know the dangers of that. You could sweat profusely, but it's not evaporating, and that core temperature can really go up.
And that's that's the whole heat stroke, heat exhaustion sort of thing. Have you ever come across anybody who has been passed out because of heat stroke?
Absolutely. I happened to be running on the Silver Comet Trail a couple of years ago and didn't hydrate properly and had to stop at a water fountain. A young lady was actually leaned over on a bench, had passed out, and luckily I called 911. Paramedics and everything were there within minutes, but literally she had a water bottle at her feet. But if I hadn't been on the trail at the heat of the day, who knows what would have happened, but she didn't plan ahead.
Yeah, and there are a lot of people, though, who think, okay, I'm going to run the Peachtree, for instance, they might say. All right, I need to get ready for that heat, so I need to train in the heat. True or false?
It's true to a certain extent. You may not want to start your training in the heat of the day. Maybe start your early morning runs, late afternoon runs, and maybe once a week, a Saturday or a Sunday, you go out, maybe do your mid-afternoon run, but start out with a couple of miles.
Right.
Maybe start out with a walk-jog combination before you start going out and running a 10K at 1 o'clock in the afternoon in the Atlanta heat, which I wouldn't suggest. Yeah, and that's even tough for even fit people.
Comes back to what we were saying before. All at once is not so good.
No, you want to make it a lifestyle choice, and that's what I preach in the Wake Up workout and in my studios and Vinings.
So just build up nice and gradually.
Absolutely.
Common sense. Okay. Clothing. Good and bad clothing to wear outside.
Well, there's materials like Dry Fit that wick the moisture away from the body and get you cool. There's different types of brand names, but I would say if you want to get out, and it could be gardening, it can be playing tennis in the afternoon. You want to make sure if you're sensitive. My wife has blonde hair and blue eyes, very sensitive skin. She needs to be covered, because she'll get sunburned. I'm darker skinned. I can go out and run. It's not really a big issue. And also sunscreens. A lot of people, my mother-in-law will be gardening, for 2 or 3 hours. So if you're going to be out in the elements for that long a period of time, not only the clothing, but think about sunscreen if you're, again, a high risk or a sensitive person in that area.
Is all the high-tech material really worth what it talks about when you're saying wicking moisture away from the body and so forth? Is it worth the extra investment?
I like it. Being 220 pounds, I like the fact that the materials, are smooth, and I don't have the old nylon shorts that I had back when I played soccer in college that just cut my legs up. They have the Easy Glide. They've got the Cool Max material that is so much easier in the heat on you. But I would say it's a personal preference. You know, try a few different things, but obviously you don't want to be outside in a full sweatsuit, you know, and too much clothing.
Real quickly, if you should get out there, you find yourself in distress, you start cramping, anything you can do to help it from getting worse?
Sure.
Obviously, stop.
Obviously, you know, you have your stages. The heat cramps are almost like a warning. They can be varying degrees of severity, but they can be from small cramps to very severe cramps. But once you start cramping, realize you're probably going to have a hydration issue. You need to get out of the elements that's giving you that problem. It's usually high heat and lack of hydration. So start getting the electrolytes in, you know, getting to a cool place. And as you increase the severity, maybe nausea, vomiting, that sort of thing, then you may need to seek, you know, 911 help and get some emergency help if it gets severe.
Robert Dothert, thanks so much for being with us.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it. We'll see you on the Wake Up Workout.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Thanks so much.